Waking up in the middle of the night might feel like a harmless quirk, just a brief trip to the bathroom, a glance at your phone, maybe a snack you regret later. But when those nighttime interruptions start happening regularly, your body and brain notice. In fact, they quietly begin falling apart in ways that are anything but harmless. Fragmented sleep, or interrupted sleep architecture, may not shorten total sleep time dramatically, but it can wreck the restorative benefits of sleep, like a well-intentioned friend who keeps poking you every 20 minutes during a nap to see if you're still asleep. Yes, you were asleep. Not anymore. To understand why this is a problem, let's look at what uninterrupted sleep is supposed to do. When you fall asleep, your body cycles through stages of non-REM and REM sleep, moving from light sleep to deep slow-wave sleep to dream-rich REM in roughly 90-minute rotations. These stages aren't just for show, they're biologically essential. Slow-wave sleep repairs your tissues, boosts immune function, and clears metabolic waste from your brain, looking at you, beta amyloid. REM sleep is where emotional processing, creativity, and memory consolidation happen. But when you keep waking up, those cycles get chopped into pieces. You might technically be asleep for 7 hours, but functionally, your brain never gets to unpack its suitcase and settle into the deeper tasks. Physiologically, repeated night wakings prevent the drop in core body temperature and heart rate that signal to your body it's safe to fully relax. You stay in a lighter, more vigilant state, primed to wake at the slightest provocation. This is useful if you're sleeping in a cave surrounded by wolves. Not so useful in a modern apartment where the biggest threat is the fridge humming too loud. Chronic fragmentation raises nighttime cortisol levels and decreases melatonin production, leading to poor sleep depth, shorter REM periods, and increased sympathetic nervous system activity. Basically, your body stays stressed while it's supposed to be resting. It's like trying to meditate during a fire drill. On a psychological level, the effects are equally insidious. Fragmented sleepers report lower overall sleep satisfaction, more daytime fatigue, and increased mood instability, even if their total sleep time isn't drastically reduced. The brain doesn't just need some sleep, it needs stable sleep. Without it, your emotional control slips. Memory recall suffers. Your capacity to concentrate and handle basic daily stress erodes, often leaving you more irritable, reactive, and sensitive to negative stimuli. That's not just being tired, it's your prefrontal cortex waving a white flag. Nighttime awakenings are also linked to long-term mental health issues. Studies have shown that people who experience frequent nighttime arousals are at greater risk for depression and anxiety. And this isn't just correlation, it's causation in both directions. Psychological stress can cause sleep fragmentation, and fragmented sleep exacerbates stress and emotional dysregulation, creating a brutal feedback loop. So if you're waking up at 3 a.m. with racing thoughts, unable to get back to sleep, and spending the next day feeling like a caffeinated zombie, yes, it's real. Yes, it's serious. And no, melatonin gummies alone aren't going to cut it. And don't underestimate the cumulative cost. Night after night of micro-awakenings, even ones you don't remember, can impair glucose metabolism, reduce immune defenses, and contribute to chronic inflammation. Over time, this increases the risk for cardiovascular disease, obesity, and even neurodegenerative conditions. Sleep fragmentation has been implicated in increased all-cause mortality, especially in older adults and those with sleep disorders like apnea, where arousals may occur hundreds of times a night. This isn't just annoying, it's medically dangerous. What makes things worse is how many people normalize it. Whether due to stress, aging, caffeine, blue light, alcohol, or poorly timed pets, many assume that waking multiple times a night is just part of life. But consistent, uninterrupted sleep is not a luxury, it's a biological mandate. Your body isn't just being finicky when it fails to feel restored after a night of broken rest, it's trying to tell you the job didn't get finished. So if you find yourself wide awake at 2:47 a.m. for the third time this week, staring at the ceiling and wondering why you feel like a malfunctioning toaster the next day, know this: your sleep was sabotaged. Fragmented sleep isn't minor. It's a stealthy health thief. And unless you start defending those sleep cycles like they're precious cargo, which they are, you'll be stuck in a loop where your body pretends to rest, your brain fails to reboot, and your coffee habit turns from charming to codependent. In short, it's not just the total hours. It's the quality of those hours. Sleep isn't a playlist you can pause and resume. without consequences. Interrupt it often enough, and eventually, it stops playing altogether.